Yes, it's good to be back. Welcome to Footy with Let's Talk Football episode. My name is Ahis Anthony, and I'm here with big men, some big men them. Chelsea won yesterday, so we had to bring the boys out of the yard. It's been a while Chelsea won. Chelsea has always been on the, losing side, and Chelsea has been the, maimed club this season after spending over £1 billion, and they have a manager in Pochettino, and they've been stuck in mid-table. It's been from 10, 11, 12, 12, 11 back to 10. But enough of that. My name is Ahis Anthony, and I'm here with Chimamaka and also Damini. What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Yeah, we're good. It's good to be back again, man. Damien, nice to see you.
Same here, guys.
So what's on the streets? Damini is just the newlywed among us. He got married recently. You can see how fresh he's looking. This is what marriage does to you. Some of us who've been in it for like over how many years, he's just getting in there. But that's how it is. You can see wifey is really taking good care of him, and God bless your home. So quick one. We're talking about Chelsea.
Amen.
Chelsea winning Manchester United yesterday at the Stamford Bridge. That game seems like, for the neutrals, it was interesting. In contrast to the Arsenal Man City that happened at the Etihad, where it was locked, tight, a lot of tactical nows, not trying to, expose or open things up. But these two teams, they call it L as in the letter L. Krashiko, there was a tag given.
Losers,
There was a tag given to the game. Exactly,
Clasico.
El Clasico. And you could see they went at it. They had a go. Pound for pound, it's like two boxers in the boxing ring, throwing those jabs, throwing those punches. And Chelsea went ahead 2-0. And before you know it, they bottled the 2 goals lead. Manchester United went ahead 3-2. And Ten Hag happened. I'm not a Manchester United fan, but the little I can see of what happened in that game yesterday, if they had stayed watertight, if they had managed the game, possibly they would have nicked the win. And Cole Palmer happened. 2 goals within the space of how many minutes? And Chelsea won, Manchester United lost. And that took Chelsea into the first page. The EPL table is paginated, page 1, page 2. So Chelsea is now on the page 1, first to 10. So what's up? Let me start with Chimamaka. How did it go? How did you feel? How did you feel yesterday as a Chelsea fan? What emotional state were you at when those 2 goals went in at the dying embers of the game?
First, I would like to actually absorb the banter that has hit me left, right, and center from you. And I know I'm expecting more, though. But well, it's one of those things. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But on this note, it's been going 7 years. We won last. We beat United last. So it is something to actually be happy about, truthfully. Now, in that game, the adrenaline pump hits 100 degrees at I think, was it at the 99th minute when we had the penalty. So I didn't literally see us winning that game, truthfully. I'll be very frank with you. Since we've bottled a 2-goal lead, I didn't see Chelsea winning. In fact, at most, I saw a draw. So when the goal came in for the draw, I was like, oh, it's over. Not knowing that the players had some other things in mind. They wanted to break that about 7-year jinx of not beating this United team. And eventually it happened. So as a Chelsea fan, actually, I'll be very frank with you. I'm super happy about it. I feel very good about it. In fact, it came. I won't say we needed it the most because we bottled a lead against Burnley a week back, and also about to bottle the second one, but eventually it became a victory, and not just a victory against a Manchester United. This match happened to be the game of losers. It had to be a game of losers. So the best loser lost in this case. So the best loser lost. So it was actually a very beautiful game, I must tell you. I was impressed at the first 20 minutes for Chelsea. But United only showed that they could actually outclass a young Chelsea squad, which they did. But along the line, I never knew they were better bottlers than Chelsea. Then they bottled it again in the 99th and the 100th minute. The two goals came in a space of 81, 82 seconds. That's about a minute plus. So, well, it was for me. It's a plus for me. I wish I had Manchester United fans on the table presently, but nah, they are not there. They're not there. I would have done so much beauty to their lives today. Well, that's me.
I tried my best. I reached out to all of them on the WhatsApp group, and none of them showed up. It happens, you know. For me, if I was a Manchester United fan, I would be gutted. You know why? Because, fine, we went down. Manchester United went down 2-0, and it takes a lot of guts. It's a mountain for you to climb when you're 2 goals down, away from home, and you're able to claw yourself back to tie the game. Second half into the game, you they were able to take the lead, and from then on you think, okay, this is it. Score the just add the buffer, and you're comfortable. You're picking the 3 points because it's not been scintillating from Manchester United for the past 2 or 3 games, EPL games coming into this game, and Eric Ten Hag. I'm going to put Eric Ten Hag on the table. Damini, this is for you to help us address. Did you think Eric Ten Hag? You heard the statement at the end of during the press conference saying they dominated or they did all they could. Did you think Eric Ten Hag did what was right yesterday? Because there was a certain phase of the game towards the end of the game when he brought in Mount, when he brought in Rashford. I didn't see the need for bringing on Rashford because the guys up front already are doing the job. Maybe I may be blind to a certain extent. I didn't see it from a managerial perspective, but I immediately took out Hoyland, Disasi, and Chimamaka, please help me. Who was the centre back pairing? Disasi and who?
It was Disasi and
Disasi and
Badiashile.
Badiashile.
So Disasi was
Okay,
taking up.
yeah.
Malo Gusto was
But,
taking
but
up.
but the guys playing the central
Malo Gusto was
defense
taking up.
had they just have went. It seems they just went on holiday ever since he took Eric Ten Hag substituted Hoyland out. They had the freedom. Nobody was telling them. Rashford that they brought in. Rashford couldn't play that central striking position very well. Took out Garnacho for whatever reason. Brought in Mount. I didn't see any reason for that. But Damini, on the perspective of the managerial changes, did you think Eric Ten Hag didn't do good in bottling yesterday's game and taking the L?
You know, you know, I think the way I look at these things is, I would ask the question where if someone like Mourinho was in that situation, would that happen? Of course not. If somebody like Pep, even at this point, I can throw Arteta into the ring and say someone like Arteta will not make those kind of changes. The change where again with Hoyland, you have somebody that is always attacking the ball,
Yep.
right? Rashford tends to stay away from the ball and let them play the ball to him. But Hoyland will go and attack the ball. So that way, Chelsea players don't have a lot of time to knock the ball around and find open spaces and all those kind of things. But again, they pay him the big bucks. Should they be paying him the big bucks? Honestly, I don't think so. It's a good thing that he's still there because I have a soft spot for Unai. And when this guy came in, for Stegulo,
Anje
I
Postecoglou.
also have a soft spot for exactly. I like the kind of football. So as Ten Hag is there, he's helping these guys go further and do well in the EPL, which I don't mind. So one thing I have to say is Anthony got an assist yesterday. So if there's any good thing that came out, at least Man U fans, they should be happy that Anthony got an assist. But yeah, man, I don't know what Ten Hag was thinking. I don't know what Mason Mount was. Mason Mount is also. I don't know if this is rated PG-13, but Mason Mount to me is a stripper. I don't see him as a serious footballer. So once I saw him, I'm like, what is he coming to do? I understand the whole idea of, it was a former Chelsea boy, but this is not the time.
True.
You need to lock up things. This is the time where, you play very, very ugly. You play balls to the wing, you hold it there. You play balls to your back keeper. Onana is even in the post. That's another problem. But it's just crazy. I was again. I was shocked. Like I saw like 19 minutes, 2 goals down. I'm like, okay, this is Man U. This is Chelsea. Chelsea is still going to concede. Like I was so sure Chelsea was going to concede. Next thing I knew, 3-2. I'm like, exactly. It is what it is. But then 4-3 with 99. No. There's only one person you're blaming there. There's only one person. And that's the person with the hardest job, in quotes, on that team. Yeah, Ten Hag is to blame, man. But they shouldn't start him.
Yeah, because right now, Ten Hag seems to divide the opinion of the Manchester United fan base, and it hurts me that we don't have a Manchester United fan on today's episode, just for balance sake. But for me, I love stats, and I'm showing the stats on the screen right now. Chelsea had 28 shots. Manchester United had 19 shots on target, 10 for Chelsea. Shots on target 5 for Manchester United. 57% ball possession, 43 for Manchester United. Passes, completed passes, 549 and 426. 85% pass accuracy for Chelsea, 80 for Manchester United. And yellow cards 3-1. But let's concentrate on the possession. Chelsea, they were at home. They had a bit of possession over Manchester United. And the number of passes completed, 549. And today, I still hear Manchester United fans wanting to support or wanting to say they played well. And I was trying to make them understand that, see, looking at it from a neutral, you didn't do well. Yes, you might have nicked the draw from 2-0 down, went ahead, but you were playing a shitty Chelsea team. Apologies, with all due respect to Chelsea. At this moment, we could say Chelsea. Yeah, at this moment, we could say Chelsea are not where they are supposed to be, based on, we could say, number of injuries.
Definitely.
And Poch not having the players that he needs to have. We saw some diabolical performance from what's his name, the midfielder from Brighton. We saw some crazy passes. Caicedo, yes, because he gave that pass that made Manchester United come back the first goal. They were just not there. But Chimamaka, this is for you as a Chelsea fan. And I also heard some Chelsea fans saying this is something they can build on from. As a Chelsea fan, do you think this is what Poch can build on? Because we've seen Chelsea win, and at the end they face a bottom team and they lose. Chelsea played Sheffield United next. We don't know the Chelsea that will turn up. But is this a building block for Chelsea from this way forward?
Yeah, outrightly is an outright yes. But now, not because I'm a Chelsea fan, but because I'm a realist. Now, we have seen what has happened all through this season. We've seen the ups, we've seen the downs, we've seen the lows, we've seen the highs. Now, Chelsea actually tends to disappoint you when you need them the most. Now, against Burnley, even with 10 men, a 10-man Burnley team, we could not even secure that needed 3 points. So, if you tell me Sheffield in their last game beat, what team did they beat? Fulham. I think they beat Fulham 3-0 or something.
They lost to Liverpool
or 3-1.
Yesterday. Sheffield United.
So you wouldn't just.
Yep.
And they lost Liverpool. Yeah. But in their game they played very beautifully. So I wouldn't expect Chelsea to do the miraculous like it happened with Manchester United. No. All I would expect as a Chelsea fan is for them to go and play their best. When I mean their best is meaning they should come back with the 3 points. Because anything other than that is not their best. Now, we are sitting on the 10th position with a game in outstanding. It is going to be a beautiful thing if we pick 3 points in the next few games. One, it builds the confidence of the players. It also gives them something to fight for. What are they fighting for? An European spot. It might just be the Europa League or it might even be the conference, but it gives them something to actually fight for. Now, other teams ahead of them are dropping points. So it is on them now to build on this momentum. Manchester United, either we like it or not, they are a mid-table team presently this season. But the glory in Manchester United, that this, the name Manchester United still carries, is what still envelopes them. So you won't see them and see they are a small club. No, they are still in the high stead of the Arsenal's, Manchester City's, Liverpool's, and the likes. You cannot just rule them out. So for Chelsea to
And
have beaten
Chelsea
them,
too.
despite the fact that they are also struggling, it gives Chelsea more room to want to fight for more. So in this case, it's a yes for me. Why? Because I expect them to build on this momentum and bring back the 3 points against Sheffield United. It's only if the coach decides to use his head this time. Because yesterday's game, when I saw the substitutions, the only thing that made sense in the substitution that we had, yeah, we knew there are some players who had lapses. The only reasonable substitution I saw was Noni Madueke, who came to come and cause a penalty for us. Other than that, I didn't see anything. Badiashile was woeful than even Disasi, but he still remained on the pitch. Disasi was taken off. Malo Gusto was tired, he was fagged out. He had to be replaced. Caicedo himself was the one who gifted United the comeback. And he had misplaced passes, unnecessary misplaced passes that's in that game. So yeah, we know all these things happen, but still we had the 3 points. So I believe the only thing that is going to be encouraging any Chelsea fan is to just work on that 3 points in the next game. Anything can happen, and we shouldn't bottle 2 goals lead. We did this against Arsenal. We did the same thing against Manchester United.
Against Man City as well.
If these things don't stop, exactly. If these things don't stop, we'll be struggling with just getting 1 point in every game, and it's terrible for the team. It's terrible for the amount we have spent in 2 years, and it's terrible for the confidence of the players. So, in my opinion, they should build on this, and let's see where it takes us to.
Damini, do you have an opposing view? Do you think Poch can build on this win? 8 games remaining. Chelsea, they are 5 points behind Manchester United. Chelsea are 5 points behind Manchester United, and they have a game in hand. Or I don't know if they've played the same number of games. Do you think Poch can build on this?
No, that's the game in
hand. The short answer is, well, it depends. So if the question is, do I think Chelsea is going to finish in a Champions League spot or Europa League spot or even Conference League spot, that's not happening. Let me first mention that that's not happening. Right now, I don't know who they have. I've not looked at their final round of games, but I can assure you that they're not going to win all of it, and they will probably at least one. This Man U match, just like I mentioned, it was just pure adrenaline. You see those boys and Pochettino, which I find very sad, because again, this is one of the things about the Premier League. It exposes what you don't know. You know, Pochettino seems to be a coach that has a system that works. He's not one of those people that can work with what he has. He needs to build what he needs, and needs to be given. Almost like Pep. Pep can't work with anything, right? So the boys that are there right now, Poch doesn't know what to do with them. You know, Gallagher. So what's Gallagher's position? Is he a central attacking midfielder? Is he a central midfielder? Is he a CDM? Is he a roaming? Is he a sitting? You know, there was a particular game that I watched. I think it was against City. I think it was against City, where Gallagher was just shooting the ball everywhere, all over the place, except the post. I'm like, what's happening here? You have Caicedo. Caicedo is not somebody that is comfortable on the ball. The fact that you're forcing this boy to pass left, right, center. So Pochettino is not gonna do it. He's had over 30 matches to do it, and he still has not done it. You can't say Nkunku was injured, because you have the likes of Sterling, you have the likes of Modric, you have the likes of Michael Jackson, like I call him. You have this Kopama. Kopama is the only saving grace, and in a way, I wish he didn't sell Kopama. To be fair, if we had Kopama, we would not be in this mess where everybody's thinking Haaland should perform miracles, right? But it is what it is. But yeah, Pochettino, nah, no verse, so bro. But oh, maybe like I think Chelsea will finish like ninth. I don't think Chelsea will finish eighth. That's how bad it is. Well, you go again next
They
season.
have Sheffield United, Everton, Brighton, Arsenal, Aston Villa, Tottenham, West Ham, Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth.
Come on. You're not winning Arsenal for sure. Villa is going to be very tricky. Brighton is going to be very tricky.
And in this, I see like
I
five.
don't even know that they're home
I see
or
like
away, by the way.
4 London derbies:
Look at that.
Arsenal, Tottenham, West Ham,
Look at that. Look at
Nottingham
that.
Forest. Are they in London? No, we can't count that as a London derby. So 3
No,
London
no.
derbies: West Ham, Arsenal, and Tottenham.
Look at that. So Awuni is going to show those boys perfect, man. I love it. I love it.
How
That's
about if
your
he's injured?
Bashite, Bamidele, what do you call that boy? If Awuni should catch that boy, and this Daisisi.
Disasi.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Disasi.
He says
Bamidele.
Oh my
But
god.
you have something else for us.
Awuni is going to have fun. Awuni likes those kind of defenders.
But
I love it.
for me,
yeah, nah,
yes, I know
definitely.
we can be critical of Poch. We can look at it for balance sake. He's not had a complete squad. The squad is injury ridden. He's not had. I think yesterday was the first time he had a first 11 that he fielded back to back in the entire season. So we should also consider this.
Yep.
Yeah, for me, I don't rate Poch as a manager. People that know me, they know that I don't rate Poch as a manager. I don't, because a lot would say he did XYZ in Southampton, he did this in Tottenham. Yes, he did all that, but he didn't turn this play.
But yeah, Tony Pulis did this. Like Eddie Howe is doing it as well. I feel like Poch is giving some certain level of status where I'm like, I don't think he's up
I'll come to disagree with you. I'll come to disagree. Now, Ahis, I would reserve yours. Why? Because the team you support is a London team. I'm also a Chelsea fan. Every one of hold on, I'm getting to somewhere. Every one of us who actually support a team in London have reservations about Pochettino. Either we like it or not. Now, you wouldn't rule out the success. Yeah, when I mean success, in the frame of Southampton, Pochettino assembled that squad that decided to go. So I would
But the squad
The Zebi is assembling a squad, or has assembled a squad right now.
Exactly.
I'm not saying that he's entirely terrible. No, when he was in Spurs, I did not like him one bit. Now he's the manager of my team. The best I can do to support him.
I understand
Now,
where you're going. This has nothing to do with rivalry. This just has to do with you being a football fan. Conte never managed Arsenal. Conte managed teams that were rivals to Arsenal in London. He managed Chelsea, managed Tottenham. But I respect Conte. I respect him. I see him as a manager that knows what he's doing. Despite the fact that he was not successful at Tottenham. Maybe it has to do with their course or maybe their lineage. They don't know how to win trophies. Them and trophies don't align.
No.
No,
Just really Tottenham.
exactly.
Not
But
anytime
we
soon.
saw what Conte did with Chelsea. And please, we can all admit to the fact that the squad depth in terms of revenue, in terms of cost that Conte had to work with then is not as compared to what Poch has to work with now. The difference is clear.
Yeah, the comparisons. I wouldn't agree with your comparisons. Why wouldn't I agree with your comparisons?
The
Between
truth
the
is,
Conte,
there are a lot of players.
the difference between the Conte squad and the Poch squad is the fact that the Conte squad had more than enough experience. Please, You cannot take
And they
that
were
out.
healthy.
Oh,
They were also
you will not
healthy.
do that. You won't take that
I
out of
understand.
football.
Yeah,
Now,
they were
the
also
coach
healthy.
board doesn't have that. So you cannot, you even if they spend 500 billion pounds, you cannot take away experience from football. It's not possible. Now, what Conte has to deal with is the fact that he doesn't have experience in every facet of the
Chimamaka,
team. Nobody's
Chimamaka,
standing up,
I,
and we know that
I,
Chelsea, the Chelsea that we built over time, had leaders in every sector
I
of
can
the pitch.
I can
So there's a
come with I
difference.
can rebuttal you on this. I can come with the argument of De Zerbi. De Zerbi worked with players who'd never had experience in the EPL,
Yeah,
and he qualified them
exactly.
for European sport, and they played good football. They
Yeah.
took the scalp.
And he
They took the
sold
scalp off
players.
Man City last season.
He
Took
was
the scalp
sold.
off. Took the
Bro,
scalp off
that talking, hold
Arsenal.
on.
Took the scalp off Liverpool last season. They were able to show that this
Yeah.
is who we are as a team. The identity is there. But for Poch,
Hold on. I will still come and tell you that I will take myself off that bottle that you're trying to bottle me into. Why will I say this? You're talking about Ibizabi who did not change 13, 14 players. No. Understand what I'm saying? There's a team depth, there's a team understanding. In what happened, what Sport is dealing with is having to get newborn babies who are forcing to walk before the clock 1 month. That's what's going on in Chelsea. Now, yes, you said Dizabi, he had this, but before Dizabi, when
That's
Dizabi
what
came in, he literally did not sell everybody in the
well,
club. He didn't do that. He sold one, two,
what-
three
yeah,
individual players, but he still had team depth. But in this case, you sold both first teamers and sold your bench, and you expect miracle to happen.
well,
How is it
so
done?
that it doesn't look as if we're criticizing Poch. Like I said, he can do better. His experience, done it.
Yeah, he can. No, if you say he can do better, no, he can do
can.
better, no doubt. He can. Actually, we expect better. We expect better of him. Truthfully, no excuses. We expect better. But if you think he will just come and do this with a player, even the experienced player in the team, in Raheem Sterling, he's still looking for game time, or he has to recondition his side to be able to play the football well. Bro, it's a whole lot. You have nurtured from the beginning of the season. You had 12 players injured. Up till now, you still have 9 players injured. Bro, it's enough to break anything.
So we
It's
can all
enough to break
agree that
anything.
we can all
But
agree
no
that Poch
excuse.
can do
Yes.
better.